Did you know that right now, 400 kilometers above your head, people are sleeping like zombies? Like zombies? Yes, you heard that right. That's exactly how astronauts sleep. Picture it. Every night, eyes closed, body straight up like a soda bottle, both arms hanging in the air, stretched out in front of them. The classic zombie pose. Like something out of a sleepwalker movie, right? But it's real, and they live it every single night. And here's the weird part. They're not doing it on purpose. There's no bed up there, no lying down. An astronaut climbs into a sleeping bag, straps the bag to a wall, and hangs there upright, like a jacket in a closet. And I know exactly what you're thinking. Why not just sleep in a bed? You're about to find out, and I'm pretty sure it's going to surprise you. Ready? Lights out. First question. Why is a bed impossible? Why is everything about sleep so broken up there? Think about what a bed actually is. A bed is basically a machine that catches your weight, right? You throw yourself onto it, it pushes back at you. That's the deal. There's a relationship between you and your bed, but in orbit, that relationship doesn't exist. Astronauts are weightless. They can't press down on anything. You could say, fine, I'll bring the softest bed on Earth up there. Let them sleep on that. Sadly, still no. The astronaut would feel nothing. And about 2-3 seconds later, they'd float right off it and start drifting around the cabin like a fish. Assuming, of course, they don't smack their head on something all night. So here's the fix. A sleeping bag strapped to the wall. It hangs upright just to save space. They could strap it sideways, and it would feel exactly the same to the astronaut. Because the words lying down and standing up stop meaning anything the moment you leave Earth. But is the body happy with this deal? Of course not. I dug into what astronauts actually describe about their first nights, and don't worry, it's not pain. It's something worse. Not being able to feel anything touching you. Sounds awful, right? Your skin has spent its entire life feeling the ground push back. Your back against the mattress, your head sinking into the pillow. That pressure map is your brain's signal for, we've landed, we're safe, shut the systems down. It's a signal older than language, probably older than being human. In space, that signal never comes, so imagine it. You're the astronaut. You're in the bag. You close your eyes, but your body never gets that landed feeling, so it keeps asking you, okay, but when do we land? Never. They never land. You're still hanging there, upright, in the air. Okay, the bed thing is genuinely interesting. But the other thing? The secret of the zombie arms. Remember what I said at the start? Just like a zombie? Yeah, that line was about these arms. So why do they float up like that? Is it just zero gravity, or is it some kind of body reflex? Here's the thing. On Earth, when you sleep, your arms stay wherever you drop them. Gravity basically parks them, right? Under the blanket, under your head, wherever you put them. That's where they are in the morning. Unless you sleep on one and wake up with a dead arm. Let's not even get into that. Anyway, in space, there's no parking. When your muscles fully relax, your arms drift into whatever position the muscles naturally pull them toward. And the factory setting of the human arm, nobody ever tells you this, is up and forward. Like a body floating in water? Okay, let's not use that comparison. Let's say, like a sleepwalker. And that is the real story behind the thumbnail. You're asleep, and suddenly, you open your eyes, and your arms are up, stretched out in front of you. Straight out of a horror movie, right? Like someone's controlling you. So creepy. Now, the first question in your head is probably, why don't they just tuck their hands inside the bag? Some of them do exactly that. They cross their arms and zip them in before sleeping, basically wrapping themselves up like a burrito. But if you're a deep sleeper, you're probably waking up with your arms in the air anyway. But the arms are just the beginning. Because the thing that's really uncomfortable in that bag, you can't even see it. Because there's a bigger problem. Have you ever had that feeling? You're just falling asleep, and suddenly it's like you're falling? Yeah, horrible. Jolts you right out of sleep. Here's the thing though. On Earth, that feeling is basically a glitch. You're not actually falling. But the station that astronaut is inside, it is literally falling. That's it. That's the whole trick. The station is constantly falling toward Earth. It's just moving sideways so fast that it keeps missing. Orbit is falling forever, professionally. Which means the astronaut in that bag is falling too, all night, at 28,000 kilometers per hour, and their body knows it. See, for you that falling feeling is a glitch. You're not really falling. But the astronaut? They really are. The inner ear, that little motion sensor in your head, checks the situation and files an honest report. We are currently falling. And the brain somehow has to file that under, it's fine, go to sleep. Many astronauts describe exactly this about their first nights. The moment they relax, a wave of, I'm falling panic. Because they are. The body isn't malfunctioning. The body is the only honest one on that station. After a few nights, the brain gives up and accepts it. And honestly, that might be the strangest sentence in this whole video. Being an astronaut includes learning to fall asleep while falling. Not easy, right? And the problems aren't over. Next up, the light show behind your eyelids. Okay, the bag, the arms, the falling feeling, we've covered those. So the astronaut is finally drifting off, eyes closed. Nice and dark, right? No, not dark. Picture this. Every now and then, a flash goes off inside your eye. A tiny streak of light, like there's a camera inside your eyeball. Honestly, I don't think I could sleep like that. Could you? So why does it happen? The first people to experience this were the Apollo astronauts, and it took scientists a while to figure it out. The answer is wild. Cosmic rays, particles from deep space, launched by stars that exploded thousands of years ago, pass through the station's walls, pass through the astronaut's skull, and smack directly into the retina. The eye can't tell the difference between light and particle from a dead star, so it just files the report. Flash. So while you're counting sheep at night, they're probably counting flashes. Let's move on to the next problem. 16 sunrises a day. So far, all the problems have been inside the cabin. What about outside? Don't worry, there are problems out there too. The sun won't stop rising. Yes, you heard that right. The station circles the entire planet every 90 minutes, so the light flips every 45 minutes. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset. One astronaut day contains 16 sunrises. That poor body clock is getting 16 mornings a day. It's like living in a house where a toddler keeps playing with the light switch. The body's schedule doesn't just drift, it gets carpet bombed. That's why the sleeping pods on the station are like caves. No windows, sealed shut. That's why the crew lives on an artificial schedule with special lamps that fake a morning. The sun is right there, doing sunrises non-stop, and the astronauts are inside, building a fake morning with a light bulb, just to stay human. Now, if you noticed when you clicked, there's a bubble on this video's thumbnail. But did you know that bubble is invisible in real life and genuinely dangerous for astronauts? On Earth, when you breathe out at night, your warm breath rises and drifts away. Fresh air slides in to replace it. You never think about this, because gravity is quietly running your bedroom's ventilation. Warm air up, cool air down. Gravity runs that whole dance for free. In space, no gravity, no dance. The breath the astronaut breathes out stays right where they left it, in front of their face. So, as the astronaut sleeps, breath by breath, an invisible bubble of their own used-up air builds around their head. A little less oxygen with every breath. If nothing breaks that bubble apart, the astronaut wakes up hours later with a pounding headache, gasping for air. And that's why there's a fan blowing on every sleeping pod. Not for comfort. That gentle breeze is the only thing quietly breaking up that bubble all night long. And now we've reached the turning point of this video, because I need to tell you something important. So up in that cabin, astronauts have no bed, arms floating like zombies, their bodies spending all night, correctly, screaming that they're falling at 28,000 kilometers per hour. Dead stars flashing lights inside their closed eyes, 16 sunrises hammering their body clocks, and a bubble of their own breath, just waiting for the fan to fail. Now go back to your own bed. Every single one of those problems, all of them, has been solved for you, silently, every night of your life. And it wasn't solved by an engineer. It was solved by the planet underneath you. Gravity catches your body and hands it to the mattress. That's the landing signal your brain has been waiting for to shut down. Gravity parks your arms. You don't do the zombie pose because the planet is holding your arms down all night. The magnetic shield swats away the cosmic rays before they ever reach your eyelids. One sunrise, one sunset, right on schedule. And the air above your bed gets refreshed all night by an entire atmosphere. No fan, no sound, no charge. Astronauts train for years and use billions of dollars of equipment just to do the thing you do for free every single night, sleep. Tonight, when you get into bed, stop for 1 second. Feel that soft push of the pillow against your cheek. Now you know what that actually is. That's a planet. 6 trillion kilograms of it, holding you in place all night so your brain can safely shut down. Astronauts sleep like zombies. You sleep in the best bed in the known universe. Good night. Oh, and if you want to support the channel before you doze off, don't forget to like and subscribe.